knew it. Technical difficulties. Hope.
Oh, I can't hear you now. You realise that? Yeah, okay. I get a thumbs up from Mr. G, and I get a wait there from Maven. I'm like, whoa! And you can hear my jokes, because I'm still making you chuckle. Oh, yes, we're live there. Excellent.
Welcome to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, legends of the past, superstars of the present, trailblazers of the future.
Boy, that was something.
When you change things up, this is what happens.
Sound didn't go, and it was.
Yeah,
but that was
our
that
sound
was funny.
didn't go, and everything's just like,
We are sorted now.
yeah, I think we're good now. Today we're going to talk about Smackdown. We have our special guest from Gimme A Hull Yeah. We have Ant.
Hello!
And we have our John Cena of the Gimme A Hull Yeah, Dom. You can't see him. He will be joining us here in just a little bit, so we enjoy having them on. Today we're going to watch Smackdown, May 1st of 2009.
It's going to be good, man. Good show.
Yes, have you watched it? Because I haven't watched it, so I have no clue.
No, I've never seen it. I think this was one that we put forward, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but I know something big happens in it, and it's a big, good Smackdown, so should be interesting to see, I think. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Dom will be with us as soon as possible. Until that point, I'll be playing Dom. What would Dom say? I love the Fiend! That was my impression of my man Dom.
You're playing both.
Thanks, dude. You know, a beardy weirdy can play any beardy weirdy. It's simple, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if Maven was gone, I'd have a little trouble, acting as her because I don't think I could pull that off.
Don't think you can be me. There's only one me.
No, there's only one you. So
I don't know. On Wednesday, you had a pretty good political rant right there. That was definitely a Mr. G rant right there.
Oh my goodness. The things.
It was good.
Sami Zayn. It's all Sami Zayn's fault. He's the one that started the entire conversation.
Glenn says we did an echo. So
Oh no.
what's going on here?
Echo.
Our sound person is telling me we're getting an echo.
Our sound person,
Yeah,
aka Mrs. G.
Yeah.
Mrs. G, the noise engineer. Brilliant. Observing stuff's in the chat. Hey, Observing. Thanks very much for watching us. So anyone that's watching this back, because I expect people to watch it back. Loads of people watch it back on our channel, guys, just so you know. We're going to start the show about half an hour in, so probably around 10:30 British time. I don't know what time it is there, guys.
It is 4 o'clock Central Time.
There we go, so about 4:30 Central. We will be watching the Smackdown 2009 May the 1st show. So get it queued up on your network. We'll say it plenty of times. Ready to rock when we actually do. How is everyone out there? Hey, Gimme, which episode is it again? It is in the description, I believe. May the 1st, 2009. There we go. I've got it all. Pretty close, guys. Pretty close.
Exciting stuff.
I'm excited for this one. 2012 one, wasn't it? The Rey Mysterio one.
Yeah, 2002. That one.
Was it Observing that said, is that the one where Mysterio comes? I was like, how the devil did he know that? Like, that was some knowledge right there, dude.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
Can't hear Maven or Mysterio.
Working on the sound. Can you hear us now?
Hello?
Sorry, guys, they are working on the sound. I don't know if it's just me that you can hear. I don't know. Observing said sounds good. No, he doesn't. He said sounds gone. Yeah, we're just getting through the technical issues, guys. We'll get it as clean sounding as we can for you all.
I'm trying to kill the echo. We keep getting an echo. I'm trying to figure out why.
Oh no.
Is it potentially because it's recording the Skype? Your Skype mic.
Let me check something. Is that better? Can you hear us? Are we getting an echo now?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Oh yes, Observing says we can hear them now.
You can find it on WWE Network. It is on there.
Go to, okay, you pull up the page. I'm going to try and help you out.
Smackdown.
You pull up the page.
It is on there.
And there's like, I suppose depending
Echo
on
is gone, so you can hear us.
what you're on. If you're on mobile or like a computer or whatever, it's at the top. They have the stuff, and then they have WWE Network, and then it has like featured WWE pay-per-view, Raw, SmackDown. Click SmackDown. You go down the list, and then there's a little filter thing that says most recent, and you click that, and you go to 2009, and then you just scroll to the May 1st episode. Now, if you're on the TV, there's at least on ours, we use Apple TVs, and so or Roku TV or whatever, and it's pretty much the same on all that. And so you pull it up, and then you have to slide the thing in because there's like a sidebar, and then you just scroll down and you go to SmackDown and you click it, and then you find the thing. So there you go.
There you go. That's how you find it, everyone. That's every way of finding this show. Described to you by Maven Glenn.
Yes.
But we will just be talking to it. So hopefully you can find it, Observing. Let us know if you have any more difficulties.
I only see
Awesome.
May 29th from 2009.
I think we fixed it.
Well, that's stupid.
Well, what kind of WWE Network do you have?
Oh wait,
I
I
got it.
See, it's because of my amazing explanation. He found
I
it.
thought it was very good, man. I thought it was very good, maybe.
By the way, how you doing, Scott? And observing stuff.
Oh, hey, Scott. Nice to see you, man. So we've had loads of interviews on the channel this week.
Yeah, they've
Yes,
all been
they
super
have.
cool.
Yeah, man, like SoCal Val and Alicia Atu, and we had A-Kid on today. We've got some more coming up next week. That's really exciting stuff.
I will give you a hint. They have a big name that is coming up.
Oh, but we can't say who that is.
No, it's a big name. It's a secret. You guys will have to check them out to find out who it is.
It's Macho Man. Yeah, so go check them out. That'd really help out our little baby channel.
Hello,
Hey,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Lean.
G. What's up? Observing stuff, just forgot how to read. That's all. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help, everybody find what they're looking for.
I think we figured out our echo and how I can fix it pretty easy if we have this issue again. So
I told you to fix that button.
no, it wasn't the button up there. It was on the Streamlabs.
Oh. Well, now you're messing with the button. So
It is Gilbert. That is correct.
Yeah, they're totally
They're interviewing
Gilbert. Yes. That'd be amazing. Amazingly epic.
Gilbert will be interviewed.
Who's that? Is it Gilberg? I can try for Gilberg. That'd be fun. That would be a fun one to do, wouldn't it?
Oh, man.
If you have not subscribed to them, go subscribe to them. They rock. They're awesome.
And don't worry about subscribing to us. Subscribe to these guys because they are currently at 199 subs. By the end of this stream, we need to take them over 200, guys.
We need one more. One more, and we are.
Share them out, baby.
200.
Sound issues are resolved. Write it down so you don't forget it. The settings, Mrs. Glean says.
Speaking of subscribing.
Yes. If you are on Twitch, we now have the ability. You can subscribe to our channel, which would help us make money.
That's available now?
That is available now.
It is?
You can go into Twitch and cheer with bits, and that gives us money. So
Congratulations, guys. That's amazing, by the way.
all kinds of exciting stuff going on here this week between Twitch and possibly hitting 200 subscribers on YouTube. Be awesome.
The tubes.
Party!
Good times.
We will have an emote on Twitch that you can use that we will be making, so you will have the opportunity to use our emote in Twitch.
Yeah, when you subscribe.
What's the emote?
I don't know.
We haven't decided yet.
Okay, fair enough.
What's
You
the
build up
emote?
the excitement of using the Nobody knows what it is yet.
Yes.
Maybe it's going to be you guys going, hey, hey, ho, ho.
Maybe.
Yeah, could
I
be.
mean, you never know.
Could be.
Could be anything, honestly.
Well, the thing was is I didn't get the email till like after last night after we got off our show, so so we haven't had any time to do to create an emote for Twitch.
Now and then it like takes time for it to do whatever it's got to do, be approved or whatever, and then
Yeah, I don't think it'll take long.
It depends.
Oh yeah, your Twitch channel. Did you bribe them? Yes, we did. Colin, we bribed them, and they immediately said, "All right, we will let you be affiliated." So,
Totally.
Hello, Colin. Hope all's well, my friend. Dom is ready to join the stream, Mr. G.
Alrighty.
Mini M, entertain the people.
Okay, well, I was actually going to ask you a question. Did...
I didn't get told about this, Mini. You know that.
How do I pull him into Skype here?
Really, dude?
What?
You're like, how do I...
I'm sorry. It's like I don't use Skype. Like,
you were like, yeah, we'll figure it out, bro. And now you're like...
Well, once he gets into Skype, I can figure out how to get him onto the screen.
Really, dude?
Hopefully, I've just added him to the call.
Hopefully. So, anyways, I was gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
Did you watch any of like this week's shows from?
Yeah, man.
You know.
I didn't watch the entirety of Smackdown last night.
You didn't.
Yo.
And here he is. It's John Cena himself.
I told you, man. You absolutely can't see him. Oh, there he is.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going great. And you?
Yeah. Yeah, real good.
So, sorry, Mini M, you was asking?
Yeah. Did you watch this week's shows and like, what were your thoughts on them?
We did like a whole news thing. So, Becky's pregnant. That's really cool. She's got a bun in the oven. Asuka's got a belt in the briefcase. Oh, what's that sound?
That was my iPhone.
Oh, like making movies.
Dom's making sure stuff is getting ready.
Yeah.
So I watched Raw. I watched AEW, obviously. Caught up on NXT, and Sonya Deville, man, that promo on Friday, she's awesome.
All right,
She's
here we
amazing.
are. We have Dom.
Yes.
AKA John Cena is now in the chat.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm here.
you still can't see him because he's not in the picture.
I'm getting hydrated.
But yeah, Sonya Deville, it really angers me that they could have been doing this with her the entire time, and like, it took them till now to finally be like, whoa, she's kind of a star. Like, no doubt, Sherlock, we all knew this.
Yes.
It was just you folks. It was just you folks at WWE that had no clue, and it very much so angers me.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, she's now getting a chance to get out there, and she's doing her stuff, and that's great. And I don't know if you hadn't had this wonderful build that they've made and had, I don't know if she would have become the star that she is clearly going to become. Because, I mean, you know, she's so charismatic, so natural, man. Wonderful build that they've made.
She really is. And it, like I said, it was just like, you fools.
Yes.
Had a talent right there.
I'm not watching Raw SmackDown until crowds come back. The product right now is garbage.
Yeah.
Well, Colin,
Colin told me that earlier.
Colin, that's why you come watch us, because you can get all the information you need from us.
But not just that, Colin. Tonight we are watching a show with a crowd.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
watching
right.
old SmackDown.
We have a crowd, so, you should be excited about that.
Hey, Dom, welcome. Now you're settled.
Yeah. Got hydration.
We had everyone in the chat saying, "Where's the ugly one from the Gimme A Hull Yeah podcast?"
Well, you couldn't see me, so what are you on about?
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So for everyone in chat, we will be watching in about 13 minutes the Smackdown from 2009, May the 1st. So get it queued up on your network and then watch along with us, man, and watch to what we're commenting on. Should be fun. We seem to have more people joining us this week, actually, as well, which is awesome.
James is in the house here.
James!
Mrs. Glean said yay for hydration.
Yay for hydration.
Yeah, that's right, Mrs. Glean. Got to get hydrated on the Gimme A Hull Yeah Wrestle Story podcast. Yeah.
Our name goes first, apparently, guys.
Well, what did we say it was last week? The Wrestle Hull Yeah Story. Give me a Wrestle Story.
Yeah.
Did we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We're now the ultimate team.
That's
We're
right.
like Jerry's show, Big Show and Chris Jericho. You guys are Chris Jericho because everyone loves you, and we're the Big Show because we're still entertaining.
We stay around too long.
We stay around, but people still find us entertaining for whatever reason. But we're grateful for it anyway. Yeah, we're grateful that people still find us entertaining.
Well, we're
Cool.
glad to have you on the show. So it's
Yeah, man. Glad to be here. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. Racing through the streets of Hull to be here. I could get back because I was like, oh, it's 11. It's fine. It's all good. But no, it's okay. We're going to start early. I'm pulling the sleeves up. I mean business right now. I've got May the 22nd, 2009. No, wait. May the 1st. I'm only joking. It's all good. I've got it queued up. I think we're charging. Oh, no, we're not charging. Why aren't we charging? Hang on a minute.
I tell you what, Don, we'll just pause the podcast for you. How about that? Just get yourself organised, dude.
That's what Vince would do for John Cena.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not Vince. I'm not Nikki Bella, so shut up before you get like.
You are my B word, so you know.
Bella. Maven, what did you think about WWE this week?
Me?
Oh,
No, Maven.
what?
How was your
Sorry.
day?
Talking about WWE this week.
Oh, yeah, I thought Raw was good. I enjoyed Raw. That was fun. And then, Wednesday was good. AEW was better. NXT. I'm pretty sure it was this week. I had another mega rant over Killer Cross, I think.
Yeah, you have a rant every week about Killer Cross.
What's wrong with Killer Cross? Killer Cross is the S word.
I just don't like what they're doing with him. I really don't. And it's not good. And I went on a rant about jobbers too. It started with Killer Cross and then it kind of went into jobbers, and that's what my rant was about on Wednesday. And then
Pretty much.
yesterday was okay show, I suppose. It wasn't like great, but it wasn't like terrible either. But it wasn't like good, so I don't know. It was okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just point out Mr. G's body language whenever Maven talks about Killer Cross is great. His shoulders like sort of go in a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, I'm ready. I'm bracing myself for this crash that's about to happen."
Well, you never know because like fists come flying, and you sometimes have to duck and protect yourself when the rant starts.
Killer Cross is amazing. Shut up, Maven. No, Colin. Killer Cross. Okay, he might be amazing, but what they're doing with him right now is not.
What? What's not?
Killer Cross might be amazing, but what they're doing with him in NXT right now is not. I don't like the fact that they brought him out. Okay, so just step backward. They did the whole thing with Ciampa. He attacked Ciampa, right? Yeah, he did that. And then they were at the scene when, Gargano and Candice were leaving. Scarlett and Cross were sitting in a car, and they were like watching them leave. And so they had two storylines right there that they could run with. Two things right there. And what do we do when we first have him debut on NXT? He's fighting the Angelo Dawkins reject. And I'm like...
The Angelo Dawkins reject. When Angelo Dawkins is a reject to D'Lo Brown anyway.
Hang on, whoa. Right, what was his first match going to be? Was it going to be against Ciampa? Of course it wasn't. He needed a squash.
The issue I had with it was the fact that that's what they did for his first match. I would have rather, if they were going to do it, I would have rather had them wait. Don't put him in a match until you put him against Ciampa at the pay-per-view or whatever, in your house, NXT TakeOver, whatever we're doing. Just don't put him in a match until you do, like, the big one, and then he beats Ciampa, and people are like, oh, dang, this dude means business. Like, he's gonna be the next top star. And I don't get it.
I understand that, but they need ratings week on week when they're lacking talent, because there's not enough talent there at the minute. There's only a few select people that are working at this time.
WWE have all the talent in the world.
Well, yeah.
They just don't use very well.
Not in terms of ratings draws, especially not NXT. They need to keep their ratings up. So that's what Killer Cross was doing. He was a proven ratings draw, and they needed him to draw ratings.
Normally, yeah, but what Maven's saying is
normally
Maven be dragged by and find a jobber. No, you shush! You shush, boy!
Shut up! But Maven normally would be right, absolutely, but we are in abnormal circumstances. This is an abnormal time, and they need ratings draws. And Killer Cross is a ratings draw.
Absolutely, but you can have him face, what's his name? The guy that everyone hates, the vampire.
Damian Priest?
There we go. Put him in a feud with him. He's not doing out.
Honestly, though.
Two heels wouldn't work.
Yeah, I think that... And then if you're trying to build Damian Priest, then you have an issue there.
Nobody cares about Damian Priest. Nobody likes Damian Priest. Damian Priest doesn't need to be built. He can just
Damian Priest is a great athlete and was fantastic in ROH. And he will be going over, whether we like it or not, he's going over at the pay-per-view. Damian Priest is the guy that attacked Balor, and he's going over Balor.
No.
Which I don't like.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yep. He's going over Balor. Anyway.
Well, there we go. Let's move on from NXT because we are going back to 2009 tonight. Everyone in chat, get yourself ready to watch May the 1st, 2009, 5 minutes time. We're watching Smackdown from then. I hear there's a big cash-in this show.
Yes. A big cash-in.
I've never seen any of this. I think it's going to be great.
I haven't either. Damian Priest does not rule.
How would you, Maven? Would you say that to his face?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I would.
She would.
She'd get away with it as well, Don. We'd get lamped, but she'd be fine.
Can we just clarify, what does lamped mean in Hull speak, Anthony? It means getting knocked out.
Yeah. Lamped means he'd be violent towards you. I need to get chat up. Have we got any cool chats?
We have you guys on, and we get all kinds of new terminology and new speak. So now when I go out, I'm gonna land you, and like people not have a clue what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
Mr. G, did you watch that match Colin mentioned?
I did.
And?
It was interesting. It's a little bit different, but it was interesting.
A Japanese match, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get another water before we get started. Because I just
That's right. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
We're sitting there.
Definitely hydrate. I thought overall, it was cool what they did and how they do it. So yeah, Colin, it was interesting.
I'm gonna have to go watch it, Colin. I ain't seen it yet, man.
What's that? What match? Sorry, Colin.
Colin, write the match down.
And it's.
Colin, write the match down. I'm behind.
He might have it faster than I do. Let me see here. I wrote it down so I could find it. He might get it down before I do.
Observing Stuff says, and I won't be denied. Is that the intro? I think it is, isn't it? The Chris Jericho one.
What?
Sorry. This the SmackDown theme tune in 2009.
I do not know because I haven't watched it, so I do not know.
Oh, well, we are going to find out loads of new stuff together, Colin. I wasn't watching wrestling at this time, so I've never seen this.
I was, but I can't remember it.
No. Dom's going to sing it anyway when it comes on.
What is it? The Beautiful People? It might be the Beautiful People at this time.
No, it's not the Beautiful People. I checked it earlier. Briefly.
What were you going to say? Oh, where's this? Have I missed this forfeit by the Wrestle Story as well?
No, not yet. They haven't made it yet, Dom.
Talking about the singing. Mr. Blaine. Yo.
We're working on a video.
Are you sure? Cool. Well, I look forward to that. I trust you. I trust you. I trust that you're working on it.
And I can't hear you again now, Mr. G. So we've got another predictions as well next week, Dom.
What are we doing now?
We've got the double or nothing predictions to do next week.
Oh yeah, my birthday predictions. Nice.
Yeah, man, which is going to be on our channel, and I've got a really good. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell Mr. G and Maven, but it's one of the early prediction punishments you did on the channel. And
you can't do the cinnamon challenge, man.
Please don't say it, and then you just go and say it. Why can't they?
It's not fair. You can't put either one of them through that.
Absolutely, I will. And if we lose, I'm going to put you through it again, you man.
They won't do it. They won't do it. It's not fair.
What's that? What is it?
It's not fair. You see, they didn't even hear it.
Can you hear me?
I'm not. I'm vetoing that. It's got to be something else. I'm not.
No, it's going to be that.
No, it's not. It's not.
What's the punishment for next week?
Wrong. Oh, cinnamon challenge? Yeah.
No, Maven, no. Have you seen me do it? Have you watched me do it?
No.
Right, well, watch that and then make a decision. All right, it's not fun. It's not clever.
You don't need to worry. We're gonna win.
Well, no, I don't want them to do it. I don't want Maven to have to put 3 spoonfuls of cinnamon or whatever in her mouth. And I don't want Mr. Clean to do it either. I don't want him vomiting up cinnamon.
I do.
Honestly, guys, there's a horrible video on YouTube of me doing it because I lost the predictions, and he slows it down in slow motion of me vomiting up cinnamon. And I really think we need to think about this, about something else. I don't want to wish that. I'm serious. I don't want to wish that on anyone. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Dom, you are a wimp.
This is a vomit-free zone, Mrs. Lean says.
Exactly, Mrs. Clean. Will you just tell Anthony, Mrs. Clean? Will you tell him off? Because it's just ridiculous. I can't. He's like a baby. He's just saying we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. He needs some control.
Well, if you'd been on time, then you could have discussed it before the podcast, but you wasn't. So you don't get a chance.
You didn't tell me. Listen to me. It was 11 o'clock last week. And I'm John Cena, and you can't see me. I could have been here the whole time. So shut up.
Sorry, Maven. You were trying to speak, but Dom kept speaking.
Colin posted on the chat that it's Choco Pro Live 11 on Gato Move YouTube channel.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
So right. Oh yeah, we'll watch that.
Yeah, check it out because it was interesting.
Cool. Well, we've got 5 people watching, observing stuff watching. Colin, are we all ready to start?
Colin's going. Colin's off.
We're gonna count down like last time.
Yeah, I think so, man.
5, 4,
oh, jeepers.
3, 2, 1.
Well, okay. Whoops.
You might have to do that countdown again because ours came up.
Hang on a minute. Let me get the volume.
What the heck?
What are we doing? Are we starting that again?
Hold on, we're starting over. Mr. G, he did the countdown and it was not good. So we're gonna do that again.
He did just count down 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's just wait a while everyone goes, "What are we doing? What are we doing?"
Right, I'm done. It's done.
I'm not watching. I'm just here for the.
Dude, now you rolled it forward 30 minutes
I didn't do
What
anything.
is your problem?
Technical difficulties, guys.
I'm good.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, dude, I just done it. Okay.
Dude, we just had
it.
and then you're like, what?
Fine, let's go, come on. I'm Andre the Giant laughing.
We are never going to get better at this podcast being this rubbish, folks.
What do you mean? We're a team. It's a team thing.
But as a joint team, we are rubbish.
What?
We're
Will
not
you
very
stop
good.
being?
We're not
Will
very
you
good,
stop?
are we?
Stop being so negative. Stop being so. I have this problem with him all the time. Right? Will you stop being so bloody negative, Anthony? Shut up. Try and be more positive. God damn it. Right, we're on the right. We're on the opening bits. Right?
Well,
Where are you guys at? Okay, we gotta start over.
Right, we start over.
Okay, ready?
Right. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
We can't hear it, you fool.
Oh, you can't hear it. We're good. It's okay, it's just the intro. There we are.
Hulkamania, Hulkamania is running wild, brother.
Hulkamania.
Oh, man. That was funny.
We'll get better at it. You know, in these next few weeks of being on permanent lockdown, we will get back. We will hit the timing at some point.
Just takes practice.
Someday.
I don't really mind. Like, I'm having fun.
Good.
I don't care. Like, if people are watching, it's cool. You know.
People will enjoy it. It is good matchups on the observing stuff. Elijah, we watched 2009 Smackdown better than 2020. Lol, Glean.
We hear from someone's audience. Probably mine.
You gotta turn off the desktop button. That was the issue I had the other day. No. If you just click this. There you go. Can you still
Is that
hear us,
better?
folks? Can you still hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know about.
Did we lose the
everyone
desktop
else.
audio there?
Yeah, observing, yeah. Said we can hear
CM
it.
Punk versus Edge.
Indeed, Elijah. Hey!
Look at CM Punk. So young and fresh-faced.
Look at that green screen work, dudes.
Yes. That's what we're gonna do with our video.
Are you getting a green screen?
We got
We
a green
have a
screen.
green screen.
Nice.
It is kind of like 2009 all over again. You got like Edge, you got John Morrison.
It's
know?
like
I was gonna say, I
2009.
feel like I saw some of these people within the last week on TV or so.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
We got
check out that
Watchalong
set, man.
WCW. Elijah, we were actually talking about that earlier, and we are probably going to do a WCW watch along.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say it's probably going to be in 2 weeks. So we can all enjoy Double or Nothing weekend with none of this, because there's enough wrestling on. And then the week after, I think we're going to do the WCW. So keep an eye to all of our Twitters for the vote on that. I'm going to throw in one really bad WCW in there as well. A not enjoyable WCW, just for
Well, that's okay.
fun.
We can sit here and make fun of it.
Exactly.
Look at MVP's there as well. Look, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, man.
I've never seen MVP. I thought he retired.
He's back now. And, oh, look at Jericho.
Oh, you're a couple of seconds ahead of me.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in a suit, baby.
He looks good.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and he knows as well, doesn't he? Do you think he bought the suit himself, or do you think costume bought him it?
He borrowed it.
It's a rental.
Yeah. He doesn't even own a suit.
Ooh. Commentary team.
What an incredible talent.
Yes. And he's still good.
Indeed. He beat up Vanguard 1 this week with the baseball bat.
Yes. I wanted to see.
Not just any baseball bat. Floyd, the baseball bat.
Yes, Floyd.
It's almost like he's being in his own Negan, isn't he?
Yes.
You made some allusion to our weekly news episode that meant something like Sting was going to join.
Could be.
I don't think so.
Hypocritical tapeworms is what the crowd are. He's been the greatest heel for such a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, until Baron Corbin.
Shush. Stop with that nonsense.
We talked about this last week, and I don't have to censor myself anymore. I don't have to watch my volume. So you know, you need to accept that Baron Corbin is the greatest heel of the modern era.
and now he's wrestling on every show.
Exactly.
No.
The greatest heel of the modern era is Tommaso Ciampa.
Baron Corbin, yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go with MJF.
MJF's second.
Oh, second? He's above Baron Corbin, dude.
Nah, man. No, remember, Baron Corbin has a bigger stage in terms of global fame. In terms of global reach, Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Metallica have a bigger reach than many other bands, but it doesn't make them the best, Dom.
It does not. I think they're overrated.
Exactly. I think Baron Corbin's overrated.
Well, that doesn't mean you're right, does it? It doesn't mean we're right about Metallica. Does it? Unfortunately, it doesn't mean we're right about Metallica. Millions and millions of other people would say we were wrong.
That's right.
Indeed. Oh, no, I like Metallica. I'm just using it as an example.
A bad example.
No, the example to shut you up. You are in such a bitter mood this evening. I'm trying to enjoy Chris Jericho, and I've got you whispering in my ear about Baron Corbin.
That's because he showed up late, so he's like in a bad mood because he was here late.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, boom!
Welcome to my life dealing with you, Anthony. I try and have an entertaining podcast, but I've just got you whispering in my ear all the time.
That was harsh.
Sick burn, bro.
Sick burn. Mic drop.
Oh, look, Edge. What, are we in 2020 or what? No.
Yes.
No. CM Punk's wrestling.
Well, you could still be the hacker.
Edge has such a good theme song. It's like so good.
Observing Stuff says he agrees with it being MJF. He says then again, Corbin attempted a double homicide. He did. Yes, Edge is a face, surprisingly. Elijah says a young Drew McIntyre had the best theme song. I don't know his old theme song.
Edge as a face.
He looks so young, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he's been going for a fair few years.
He still looks great now.
I was going to say, he hasn't changed a whole lot.
No, he still looks amazing now.
He looks grizzled now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He should be a manager for the Grizzled Young Vets.
Yeah.
The crowd hating on Paul Chris in a suit. You know, one of the best suit promos I've seen in the last few years was that Bobby Roode promo when he first came on to NXT. Absolutely phenomenal promo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rude's brilliant.
And then he got called to main roster and didn't do it.
He can't work at the minute. Can't get into the country.
Okay.
Stuck in Canada.
Is he, right?
Same with the Singh brothers.
Oh, okay. Oh, Cena is the undefeated monster. Don't you think that's a bit weird? Like putting over Cena as this person who's the guy to beat,
Yeah.
as opposed to putting over the talent that's in the ring. Just a thought.
Are they putting over Cena, or is Edge just pointing out that, hey, look, I beat the big dog, and now I'm the top man?
Maybe, but it still sort of feels like I'm not the big dog. This is the big dog that you did beat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit like it'd be the same these days as comparing it to Brock Lesnar. But that doesn't help anyone, does it? Or does it? I don't know. Elijah says the original Roman Reigns, but better. I assume he's speaking about Cena?
Or Edge.
No, I think Cena.
I think Edge.
Okay. Elijah, let us know who you've thought about.
I think he's right. I think, well, if it's Edge, obviously there are a few appearance similarities, and I think he's right. But could be Cena.
Crowd's chanting Cena.
But exactly, isn't it putting over Cena instead of the guys in the ring? You know, this is supposed to be about Edge.
Oh, he does mean Cena. Okay.
Yeah. What he meant is he meant the Cena. Putting over Cena is the same as putting over Roman Reigns. Like Roman Reigns is the guy to beat, or the guy to take it off the Fiend, or whatever it is, and that's the same as what Cena was back then. As opposed to making it about the stars that are involved, it's about the superstar of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got his Money in the Bank briefcase.
His long hair. So.
When was the last briefcase that was customised?
Was it Brock Lesnar's? Did he customise it?
I guess if you count that as, I suppose so. I mean, maybe.
Did he have two
Possibly,
saddles on?
Elijah.
He had like
We have to talk about it and decide.
He had two like speaker-looking things, kind of, on the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think.
The belt looks better now. Observing stuff says. I would agree.
I hope we're talking about the belt back then, because I hate the belt now. I like the old championship. I miss the old championship. Which one did you mean observing? It looks better in 2009 or better these modern days? Wrestle Story, are you guys doing a watch-along for Double or Nothing?
Possibly.
So we're going to get to see these awesome moments that CM Punk's going to show, which is Edge getting destroyed by the monsters of the...
Why did they change the gold belt? Elijah asks.
That was a good belt.
I love that belt. I have no idea. I mean, it's a branding thing, I'd assume, but...
Probably just something different. Money, because then they could put the new belt out as a replica and make money off of that.
Personally, I think it looks better now, but that's just...
Oh, do you? I prefer the old one.
This is a WCW replica, that one, I think, this one. It's very much like the WCW one.
Yeah. How you doing, Jono?
Hey, Jono. Good to see you.
I mean, what a great way to start a show as well.
I think it's interesting how he said, I allowed Edge to come down because he's the champion.
It sets up a very clear feud, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Recalcitrant frauds.
No, you can't spell Anthony, don't try.
Good evening, John L.
Recalcitrant. Wow. Observing stuff right.
It was a hell of a word, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means. Anyone know what it means?
Okay, guys, what was the best general manager in WWE in your opinion? I said my favorite was Eric Bischoff.
Really? Eric Bischoff? Nice. I mean, I do love a bit of Bischoff. Mick Foley. Commissioner Foley.
Yeah.
The commish.
Yeah, I'd go Foley as well with his first one.
I agree.
Yeah, commissioner and general manager were the same thing. So.
Your wife, Vicky Guerrero? What did
that happened. You missed that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Player? I mean, it's a great setup when you've got this sort of early run of the briefcase and you have CM Punk going against one of the only other people who have won the Money in the Bank so far.
Yeah.
And it's a good setup.
Hi, Zendel.
Hello, Zendel. Any more injury stories?
So this whole startup, the way they started this was like really good.
It's a story, man, you know, and it's an important story, and the fans know it is, and they're giving it the time. Part of the problem, I think, is sometimes they can do these sort of 10-minute segments that just go, especially when they're doing the authority stuff, that just went on and on. But actually, because this has some value and some payoff within the episode, it works.
And it helps that it's something that people actually care about, you know?
Yeah.
Well, then they kind of set stuff up with, like, Jericho, too, you know? That, like, okay, he's the champion, so it's cool that he came down. But you're nothing, so just go away.
Yeah. Wow, that looks better laid out than the WWE Network. The Be a Union, Dom. Ever heard of him?
No, but that's a terrible font that they've used there.
Todd Grisham. Was he around for long, guys? Does anyone know?
I don't think he was around for long, but I don't know what he's doing now. It'd be interesting to find out. I'm going to find out.
And then you're going to see if you can interview him.
He was there for this show. That was it.
He's currently works for the UFC.
Alright, cool.
So he's not doing bad.
Yeah.
Doing alright.
Candice Michelle.
Old Joe.
Look at that, John Morrison.
Johnny Drip Drip. Or Drip Drip Morrison.
Yeah, which one are you going to be? Who's going to be what?
I'm Drip Drip.
No, you're not.
I'm not Drip Drip.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you are.
I am Drip Drip.
Yeah, that's who you are. I'm Miz.
Yeah, you like told me I had to be him.
Yeah, they got buried on Friday, didn't they?
Yeah.
Braun Strowman buried in the tag division again.
Yeah.
That's why people like the Revolt just left WWE.
You can see why I'm so high on Morrison now.
same move and same theme, John Morrison.
Yeah, you can see why I'm so happy now, Anthony. He's a great athlete.
He is, yeah, he's very good. The problem is the tag team division is just so weak. They don't do well with it.
Another
I love
great,
Shelton Benjamin.
another great talent. I love Shelton Benjamin too.
Well, he went away for a while and come back in the last 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
4 years. He's so good. He's so good. One of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all
And
time.
John Morrison looks really young there.
Yeah.
Well, this is 10 years ago, Mr. G. We all looked a bit younger 10 years ago. Especially Mini M. Who was like, what, 6, 5?
Yeah.
11 years ago?
I would have been 6.
Maven looked a lot younger.
This is going to be a really good match. This is going to be fantastic. Shelton Benjamin deserves a lot more than he gets.
Second best super kick seller of all time.
I love Shelton Benjamin. He's
He's
so
so
good.
good.
He's so athletic, and like they just don't use him, and it unless it's something with Brock, and it very much upsets me.
Oh man, so good. Shelton Benjamin, so good. His kicks are amazing.
That was a kick and a half. Let's see what chat says. Elijah says, thank God. No, thank you, Elijah. Elijah says, same move and same theme. John Morrison, indeed it is. Shelton Benjamin should and team with AEW and all will be good. Yeah, I think anyone going to AEW is probably going to be a good move at the minute. It's like WWE time Benjamin to put over new talent, why he underrated and should be used better. They haven't done out with him in this run, have they?
Yeah, I agree with you, Elijah. Absolutely, I'm gonna absolutely agree with that. They've done nothing with him.
Benjamin versus Andrade would be a good match. That'd be great. Observing stuff, what if it ended after the drop kick?
The problem is there's several wrestlers that they've done nothing with that if they just use them.
Oof. But then if Morrison hadn't gone away, he wouldn't have the TV roles and the movie roles that he's been in. He wouldn't be his stuff in Lucha Underground. I tell you what I'd love to do with you, Anthony, particularly, but all of us really, is to watch Lucha Underground.
Oh, we'll do it one week.
Because I it's performance, it's acting.
Yeah.
But it's so over the top, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's the most engaging wrestling because it's art rather than sports entertainment.
That's just it. It's art. It's entertainment. There's a storylines to what they're doing.
It's like a movie. It's a movie every week. I can't remember who directed it. It was a Hollywood sort of. Hang on, I'm going to find out.
Yeah, and we'll put it in chat. If chat wants to see us do Lucha Underground one week, let us know. That'd be cool to hear.
If you haven't seen it, like it's worth. Yeah, Robert Rodriguez did it. And lots of other people. So they were executive producers. So there's a lot of people involved in it. And it's Chris Roach as well, a lot of notable names. So yeah, I mean, definitely worth it. But it got discontinued just as Bad News Barrett debuted.
Yeah.
Or was about to.
Elijah says, thanks, Colin. No one else going to point out.
Trying to fix it.
Is it us that have an echo or you?
It's you guys. I'm trying to figure out why.
Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try and move away from my microphone.
Elijah says, Dom should be a wrestler. He would be the ugly fella in the background and team with the Messiah Seth Rollins and be called the God of the Kingdom, but the ugly version.
I'm down with that. Yeah, I'm down with that. That sounds good, dude. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for Seth Rollins, so yeah.
Is that any better, Colin? Go ahead and one of you guys talk.
Hello. Yeah, that's going to be a good match. Fatal four-way between them four. Was the Smackdown match with who's typing? I keep hearing typing.
I'm typing comments.
Oh. Stop typing.
I'm engaging.
We're engaging. Was it on Smackdown the Jeff Hardy and Undertaker match was?
Oops.
The ladder match.
Hold on. I just muted Dom on accident, so.
That's the podcast. See his beautiful face.
It's not letting me unmute him. Dom! It's not even giving me an option to unmute him.
There we go. Time party, Dom. That's what we got.
What is the deal?
I don't know.
Technical issues.
Do you see it? I don't.
So fatal four-way elimination match. I don't think we get enough elimination matches in WWE in a minute. Let us know what you think in chat. Maybe I have an echo.
We can't unmute Dom. What happened? Mr. G clicked a button.
Can you unmute him in Skype? We'll let you.
Dom. Here he is, Rey Mysterio.
There.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it.
Jeez.
I was just doing it for Colin's benefit.
Are they still echoing?
I just wanted to do my dance anyway.
Can you guys hear them?
Well, poor Rey Mysterio. Poor Rey Mysterio.
Is everybody good, Elijah? There's no echo again?
Poor Rey Mysterio on Monday
I love
got
technology.
his eye poked out, so.
I've said they need to just like mix it up. I think they can make better storylines if they would mix up, not have specific wrestlers to Raw, specific wrestlers to SmackDown. I think if they mix it up, then I think that it would make you can create better storylines crossing people over frequently. Not okay, we're gonna bring them over this one time and everything's good. Well, I would agree with that, but they don't use their talent correctly. So if they're not going to use the talent correctly, then I think they need to go to just doing crossover stuff because I think it makes for better storylines.
See, I think it's okay for the most part. It's just when we start to like see, Charlotte Flair on all 3 shows in 1 week, it's kind of like a lot, and it's like, dude, we don't need to see that much of one person, Oh, great. Hello? Hi.
I think if the issue is, I think if you're gonna have the brand split, then you have to use everybody. And that's the issue they have right now is they have so much talent that they don't use. So you just recycle the same storylines, the same people over and over again, and I think that's what people don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And which is why a lot of them want to leave, because they're not used, and if you're not going to use them, why have them on your roster? Ant is mute. Why?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Oh. I think they can hear you. I think. Yeah.
Colin said the other two are on mute, by
Kane,
the way.
the thing is Kane without a mask is not the same.
Colin said that you can't really hear them.
Hear them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Flying clotheslines in the business.
Nah, it's gonna
Yeah. It's just not used to seeing him on the top rope. I've not seen him there for a long time. Oh, Tilwell backbreaker.
Jeff has aged well as well.
Ooh, that's not good.
And now there's an echo.
Thanks, Colin. Oh, no. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's the walls. It's the walls. Is it going to be the knee in the back? No, it's not. No, it's not.
I love
Nice.
during the fatal four-way matches and stuff, like, especially when they're elimination, I find it hilarious when one dude is sitting there and they're like, they got him in the submission and all he's got to do is tap out, but then this other person comes in and it's like, no, you're not going to eliminate him. It's like, that's the point of the match. Like, that's one less person. Like, wouldn't you want them to be eliminated?
Yeah, the other person should come and help them.
Like, honestly, though.
Yeah.
I think we know who's going first. Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Oh, Jericho got... Jeez, just throw Ray around like a rag doll. It's fine.
He's a little dude. That's what they do with Ray. Just throw him around.
Go on,
We throw
Jeff.
him
We'll get
around, throw him off buildings, throw him into buildings. I mean, whatevs.
Throw him off buildings nowadays, yeah.
Gouge his eye out.
Yeah, I mean, Ray's just,
Yeah, I do love an elimination match, but you're right, Maven. Like, in terms, it makes no sense.
What did he pin Kane?
Yeah,
You did
Jericho
pin
pinned
Kane.
Kane. Yeah.
That looked really weak, that pin, because there was a decent amount of time to recover for Kane then.
But Kane was always that guy that was like elimination chambers or anything that was just thrown into it as the threat, even though he wasn't really the threat.
It's not necessarily the case.
Well, like I said, I think Kane without the mask is not Kane.
No.
Darby Allin is the second coming of Jeff Hardy. Yes, Elijah, in my opinion. Although you don't want to hear Jim Cornette talking about him because he says that he just says that Darby Allin has no career because basically he's going to kill himself by the time he's 30. But my example is Jeff Hardy. If he acts like Jeff and stays away from certain substances that Jeff's been involved with, he could have a very long career. I think. I mean, Jeff is obviously in a lot of pain a lot of the time, but he's still going.
Darby's teetotal,
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. He's straight edge, but that's what I mean. I think he's potentially going to have a longer career than Jeff.
I think it's possible, as long as he takes care of himself.
Yeah.
Oh, Jericho's gone. Jericho just got himself eliminated.
I agree with Elijah. I also love Kane in 2003. I actually got to interview Finger 11, the band, about that song that he did, or they did for Kane, and they said it was a really big deal for them to do a WWE song. That was a great time for Kane.
I love Jericho's facial expressions when he's yelling at the ref.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mini Ric Flair. Before I knew that Mr. G was your dad, Mini M, I always thought that Mini Flair was your father. Rey Mysterio looks young in the face as well. Like this is only 10 years ago.
Ray looks the same now.
Oh, I don't know. He looks really young there.
He's again another one who ages very well. Another person that ages very well.
Maybe it's just the contacts, etc.
Glenn, I realized something. We got an IC belt tournament with the same people that we saw fight before. Yeah, it is.
Observing stuff says Jeff is probably winning this one.
I think so as well. I seem to remember this. Yeah, I seem to remember, I think it's Jeff that wins.
What a great match, though, man.
Yeah, man.
See, the sad thing is, fatal 4-way elimination matches, a couple years ago were, good. And then now when they do them, it's I dread this match. You're dreading the match, and you just don't want to watch it because it just isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was a lot more exciting now, I think.
The thing about this is there's a little bit of a story going on here, too, so...
Yeah. I like this period a lot. This period of time, it just seems a bit more accessible, a bit more exciting to watch. Maybe it's because we're jaded, Maybe we didn't have a wrestling podcast in 2009, so
Possible.
we were probably less jaded and miserable than we are now.
We should have had a wrestling podcast in 2009, and then we'd have hit 300 subscribers.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's doubtful, but maybe you've got to 250.
I'm making a right mess here. Trying to fill my infinite cup of tea.
What, you've got an infinite cup of tea?
Yeah, I didn't have any Steve Weisers this week.
Man, I want a brew. I wish I'd have made a brew. I might just take a break and just make a cup of tea.
No!
So then we can't see you?
Well, yeah, you won't be able to see me,
I mean, and this is a really long sort of two-man at the end of the elimination as well. We're really sort of building it up.
Was this the number one contendership for the world title, or was it the IC title?
This is for
I think it was IC.
Right. Okay.
Oh no, it'll have been the world because Jericho was in it.
Yeah. I'm thinking. Well, maybe not because
They have
Sorry.
Judgment Day, I think. I think that's what they said. Is like that's the pay-per-view that's supposed to be coming up, and the winner gets to fight Edge at Judgment Day.
Yeah, I think it's world title. It's just because there's a couple of people saying it was IC, so maybe it is.
Oh,
Oh, that was so close.
oh my gosh.
It's an interesting one. Interesting one for you guys is what do you think will happen? Because me and Anthony have come to a. We were talking about Jeff Hardy and the sort of glass ceiling for Jeff Hardy on this run in WWE. Do you think he's going to have a world championship run?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Any
Just 'cause, I
particular?
mean, Jeff Hardy's great, and people love him, but I just don't. For me personally, I just don't. I don't immediately think of, at this moment in time, like Jeff Hardy in the world title picture. Like, I just don't. That's not where my mind goes. Now, like a mid card title, like the Intercontinental Championship, maybe. I mean, he's in the tournament for it, so maybe he'll win it. But I don't know. I just. Don't think there'll be a world title run. I don't think.
I think there might be to spite Matt and AEW.
Oh,
Personally.
what a great double roll up there. That was really good.
Personally, I think it's going to happen to spite AEW and to keep Jeff in WWE.
Well, I think the one issue you have is like Jeff tells a good story.
Yeah.
And I think that the issue with WWE right now is they don't tell good stories.
No.
So I think
No, you're right.
that's where I don't think that he's going to get the shot that I think he probably deserves with him storytelling. And so I think that's where the issue is going to come is
So cool.
the difference of. I think a lot of the issue with Matt, why Matt left, was because of not having the ability to do creative, have creative control of what's going on and tell stories. And so I think Jeff's going to run into the same issue.
Yeah. I think maybe. I don't know that Vince always saw more star power in Jeff, though. Yeah, he's the best.
I think this is that Jeff's gone as soon as he can.
I don't know, man. I think Vince sees a lot. Vince sees a lot in him. And I think.
Jeff trusts his brother more, and when Matt says how much fun he's having in AEW, it just goes to AEW because he just wants to have a good time now. I don't think a championship even matters to Jeff Hardy anymore.
No.
Championships don't really matter to anyone anymore. It was interesting with the Revolt saying like there was on about to keep them that was going to put the tag team championships on them, and they said, well, that means nothing because the belts mean nothing.
Yeah. So, like, to try and bribe people to stay with, oh, we'll make you world champion, we'll make you this, we'll make you that. It's like, at that point, it doesn't even matter. Like, because it just doesn't.
The problem is one day you'll win, the next day you'll lose to that person that you just wrestled. So it's like, it's the split, the 50-50, the booking stuff that's killed a lot of it.
That was a really fun match.
I think, like I say, I honestly think it's not beyond. I agree with you guys, but I don't think it's beyond Vince McMahon if he's still in charge in a year when Jeff's contract is up to say we'll make you a world champion. And I think Jeff has said in an interview. The reason why I bring it up is he has said in an interview he'd like one more world championship run and a match against the Fiend. So it's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible.
I think.
He might have a match, but I don't think he'd win it.
If they told the story right, him against the Fiend, I think would be really good.
It could be interesting. It could definitely be.
Or him against Roman. He's talked about Roman as well.
Yeah.
Guys, I didn't watch Smackdown last night, but did anything happen with the Fiend last night?
No. Nothing.
No.
Well, hopefully they're moving on from the Braun Strowman and just giving that a bit of time.
Elijah says, man, Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin or Sammy Guevara, take my money.
I know, right, man? I know. I think he will go because the other thing with Jeff Hardy is something in his life has not been great. He can't be that happy for the issues that have happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's deeper than work, though, man. That's personal too. You can't.
Well, it could be, but it could also be work as well. It could be everything related. You know, if he was happy, what my statement was, if he was happy.
I think that's a much deeper issue, personally.
Yeah. Because I mean, if not, he'd be walking out with Matt last week if he hadn't been sort of arrested and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, young Maria Kanellis looking fabulous. So we've got this story that we've had from the beginning with Jericho and Edge and all that, and it's just carrying on to tonight. I think that's why. I mean, I generally look at what's a great SmackDown episode, and this one appealed to me. And a lot of the times you find that the reason that they're so good is because they have that story that really acts. We saw that with last week's Raw, didn't we?
Yeah, and without the physical confrontation, there's no. I mean, it's telling the story without, them throwing fists every time they see each other.
Exactly. And then you either end with that or you wait until next week. But at the same time, it's a cohesive storyline that gels everything together.
Yeah.
And I mean, this episode so far has all been about the title, apart from the Shelton Benjamin and John Morrison match,
Yeah.
Which was a really good match, which was sort of two talented guys going at it, What did she win $250,000 for Diva Search?
Was he dancing? But Layla, of course, is from the UK as well. She's fantastic. She was great.
Is she? I don't know enough about Layla at all. Crime Time.
Worth research. Crime Time were really good. Actually, I think it's JT. One of them gets a lot of movie roles now, and I think that they've done some motion capture for WWE video games in recent years. So they're still, they're still getting, and they're not obviously on screen anymore. There's a lot of similar sort of styles of teams, but they are still. Shad Gaspard, rather, he's the guy that goes into movies quite a lot. And I think JTG's done some mocap stuff.
But Elijah says the original Street Profits. Who got the smoke? Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah. These have a very brief. They have a very brief feud together when they break up, and Shad just builds this kind of monster heel, as you can imagine, because he's quite a big dude, and it doesn't really go anywhere.
Right.
They both get fired pretty quickly.
Can I just counter Elijah on the original Street Profits? I'm going to say the original Street Profits was men on a mission.
No, Mom.
Yeah, Mabel and Mo. Oh, is this Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
They always, it's interesting, isn't it? There's certain venues where they always try and put on a great show, and clearly they've worked at this show. It is a little weird that you just don't get it every week. It's just like, we're going to invest everything to this show because it's the big one. And it looks sold out, man. It looks busy.
It's...
Elijah says, don't give WWE ideas. My ideas are terrible, Elijah, honestly. Observing stuff says when the split up, the careers ended. Yeah. That's actually you see with a lot of tag teams. A lot of tag teams build up to that breakup and then never have anything afterwards.
It's trying to remember where Lee was from in the UK. I think it was Norwich or something like that.
So why do you think a lot of teams that break up, they end up not having good singles runs?
Well, the build up to the obvious thing, which is a breakup. They have the breakup, and then that's just the end of the story, and then they never pick up the story from there, I think. A good example from more recent times would be someone like Enzo and Big Cass, who did the breakup, it built up to it, they had the breakup, and then afterwards nothing happened, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure there was other aspects to that and other issues around that, but... Oh, we're getting a dance-off.
Edge and Christian. I mean, but that's why I said is why do you think it happens with probably most teams once they break up, they're done as far as continuing on. Where
Edge and Christian sort of did carry on, but I think that's partly because Edge sort of you always get one person that's going to go further, and that was Edge in that case. But because Christian was such a good performer and good entertainer, he had the longevity to stay for such a long time. You know? Does that answer your question?
This is some top-notch dancing.
Yeah.
I think it's just odd. You have these tag teams that look good and they work well together, and once they split up, most of them are gone and don't amount to anything. And you have a handful that will go on and be successful singles wrestlers. But it's just about how they split them up and then they don't get used again.
I think there's another interesting problem there as well, especially within WWE. If the tag teams meant so much, why would you ever need to split any team up?
Yes.
You know? And then the problem is they'll both want singles because it means more, but why does it mean more?
That is a good question.
Because of bad creative and lack of time, I think.
That's a lot of it.
But, you know... If you look at AEW, like their tag, I can't see the Young Bucks splitting up, and if they do, it'd be a fine story, and I assume they'd come back together. But do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and I think that's the big thing is I think if they did split up, it'd be a short-term thing, and then down the road you'd see them reconcile and get back together and be
but be okay with that as well, and still move with that tag team because I think they're good being a tag team. I think a lot of teams are good being a tag team. You know. Eve Torres. Who won for you guys? Sorry, I was hardly watching. Who was better, Dom?
I'm more of a fan of Leo, I think. Leo's pretty cool, but then I might be biased because she's from the UK. But
neither were good.
Well, you have to show us in your Miz and Morrison video. And the two ladies are scrapping, hammering down.
Elijah says, I see Inner Circle splitting up soon. You may have one or two that break off, but I don't see the whole thing breaking up.
Do you even think... Who would you see breaking off?
The only one I could see at some point in time is Guevara.
Maybe. Maybe.
I really like
maybe it's a phase
Jericho.
too.
Yeah.
I like the Sammy and Jericho thing. I think they work well together at the moment in time.
As long as the story's done right, that's great, you know?
Yeah.
But I think EW are really embracing factions and tag teams really well.
We are watching May 1st, 2009 Smackdown.
We have Sherry showing off a Ric Flair robe to MVP.
That was unnecessary. Jurassic Express better not break up. I don't think you can break them up.
I don't know. I think Jungle Boy could be good solo.
Yeah, well, Jungle Boy, of course, he's going to be very popular for a long time. Is he? I can't remember. Who's he the son of? He's
Luke
a
Perry.
very yeah, Luke Perry. He's got a lot of sort of growth and development to do. He's going to do really well.
I think you can also have teams do solo things and still be part of a group as well. I don't think that's an issue either.
Yeah.
I think AEW know that. They're really not daft at the minute. They're sort of. I mean, it's been a real shame about this whole COVID thing, because they don't have a Death Triangle. Like, they just announced them. I thought that was going to be an incredible faction.
Yeah. Well, I think right now, AEW's done a good job. Obviously, the Elite, they've kind of had them go their own separate way, but they're kind of still a faction at times when they need to be a faction. For example, against the Inner Circle or something like that. So, I mean, yeah, they have done a good job where they've split people up without having them together all the time and
not necessarily helping each other all the time.
Yeah.
So we've got a match between MVP, who's fantastic, of course, in his own right, and probably one of, if not the greatest of all time, Dolph Ziggler, coming up.
The rip-off Shawn Michaels. Elijah, I think any of Jurassic Express could be TNT champion. I think not just Luchasaurus. I think Jungle Boy could, and I also think Marco Stunt could be at some point. Dolph looks young there.
Still looks good now, bless him. Hey. Probably looks better now, I think.
No, he does. He looks he looks grizzled now. I mean, then he sort of looks like one of the guys that's not going to go on very long. Do you know what I mean? Really?
Well, of course, he was in the Spirit Squad as well, so he's done well to get to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in WWE for 47 years. I mean, been there forever. He's one of them that I always say, if he wanted to, like, retire tomorrow, it would be fine because he's literally done everything. He's held, like, every championship, and he's been Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's had his huge moments, and so, like, he could do that tomorrow.
Absolutely. And he could go to AEW and do well. He could go to Ring of Honor and do well. He is absolutely one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time, I think. It's great.
Dom thinks he's better than Shawn Michaels, by the way.
I do think he's better than Shawn Michaels. As an all-rounder, I do, yeah. Only just, but yeah.
I mean, I can see that. He's good with what he does. It's just, I think the issue is they don't know how to use him.
Yeah.
I think with the whole Otis thing that's been happening recently, there's been weeks where he's really annoyed me. There was one week where he was in the ring and he was just really annoying me because he was turning it into soap star thing. And then this week on Raw, I watched him with the Sonya Deville promo, and he really stepped back and let her go and really didn't distract from that. And I thought that was great. At the minute, I'm so up and down on Dolph Ziggler.
You've always been quite up and down on Dolph Ziggler, though.
Yeah.
Behind.
What's a mini?
MVP, yes.
Yeah, sorry, Maven. Take it.
I said MVP has such a good theme song. Like a lot of guys from years ago have good theme songs. Now the theme songs suck.
Yeah, MVPs for those.
It kind of sucks. Export says it kind of sucks that he held the world title for a short amount of time. I like Sonya Deville and Ziggler dynamic. Yeah, I think if they do it the right way, I think it's good. And I think Ziggler, as long as they're not trying to put him over the top with the whiny type stuff that he's done, then I think that he's good at what he does.
I just think he needs to be the back player of this and let it play out as opposed to trying to turn it into something, because it's naturally becoming something really well.
Because honestly, it's really not about Dolph and Otis at this point. The whole main focus is Mandy and Sonya. They just need to use Dolph and Otis to get to where they are now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, split off into separate things.
Just interested. Sherry Shepherd, who's with MVP, is quite a successful actress. She's done a lot of really good television stuff. So it's interesting to see her there, because I didn't know what her involvement was. But she's been very successful in different television shows.
Yeah.
In the US.
It's nice to see MVP in the ring. I wish we'd actually see him properly in a decent match nowadays.
He has been in a couple since he came back.
Yeah, but they're not giving enough time, in my opinion. You know, I think
that's because he's retired.
Yeah, he's technically retired, isn't he?
He's retired, but he wrestles every week.
But there's an element of when he come back at the Rumble, like I was like, this is cool, you know, and getting thrown out by Brock was great because it built Brock up for that. I remember watching you two guys on that live stream. You were so angry during that Brock Rumble. It was great.
Brock in the Rumble made literally no sense to me. I mean, I get why they did it, to do the whole Drew McIntyre thing and like set that up, but it was just like no.
I remember that.
Like he went through 12 guys, and I was like, if this is the way the entire Rumble's gonna go, I'm out of here. Like, this is stupid.
It was great.
And then Drew eliminated him, and I was like, yes! And so.
But that's a good point Elijah makes in the comments. He's looking to manage Lashley now. It looks like what he's going to do is he's going to manage Lashley. MVP I'm talking about, which would be really cool, actually. I think that's quite a good pairing.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
I think as long as they use him as a manager and don't try and put him in the ring and have him do all kinds of stuff in the ring, then I think it's a really good idea to do it that way.
Yeah, I think he could become a very good manager in the long term. In terms of his career in WWE, I think it's a really good idea. Obviously, we've got to remember Leo Rush had a really good run as Bobby Lashley's manager as well.
Lashley just seems to be burning through managers, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, Sherry, why does she have a flare-up?
No idea.
Oh, what a slap! Clothesline down. Sit down, Ziggler.
Still great at selling, isn't he?
Yeah.
He was good, yeah.
I will say with Dolph, when he fought Goldberg, that was the only Goldberg match in the history of Goldberg matches I have ever enjoyed. Was when he fought Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler sold the crap out of the spears. That was amazing.
It was good.
Elijah says that's what wrestling is missing, a manager like Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Oh, Heenan was amazing.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's what Jay's saying, like a manager that's actually a manager, but you just don't get that anymore.
Yeah, and think about it. Look at all the good managers that were in the past. I mean, you had Jimmy Hart, you had Bobby Heenan, you had even Jim Cornette with like the Midnight Express was good.
Great.
You don't have that now.
MVP's definitely got that vibe, hasn't he? He could be like a Heenan or a Cornette.
Well, you know who are doing it though, Mr. G? Who's got a load of managers? You know, the managers.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, you know, Jake's doing some really great work on AEW at the minute.
Yes.
You know, Arn's doing really great work on AEW.
Or another main event. Not another main event.
I don't know if I want to see MVP as a manager. The reason for it is because he'll do wrestling. You will not have a traditional manager in WWE.
He's retired.
Yeah, but he's still wrestling every week. So how's he retired? What's he retired from?
He just retires once a week.
Selena's interesting. I think she's great. I think she's really great. I think she's done great to hold on to everything that's been built up.
Yeah.
But I also think she's been circumstance of a lot of really strange booking in the last... because of circumstances outside of her control.
Yeah.
WWE television programs can be seen in 465 million homes.
Yes, Anthony. Quick maths.
I'm just going to carry on drinking my tea.
Are you sure that's tea, mate?
Positive.
Show me the inside.
He had a lot of tea.
This is I keep refilling it. So it's in so many homes, and yet we still get the ratings every week, which are currently about 1.6 million on Raw, as opposed to 465 million.
Or 46.5.
I may be drunk, but
I like 46.5 better.
Yeah, you're not drinking tea. Don't lie to me.
No, it's Saturday night, man. This is Watchalong. This is the party.
Anthony.
So you've been lying to us all.
Hey up, Elijah.
Prodigy.
Oh, it's not that Anthony. It's a different Anthony. Anthony's in chat. Yo, Anthony.
Oh, shoot.
Oh!
Joe Moore and Jericho. Oh, there's Truth. Look at our Truth. Good lad.
Is he still looking for his 24/7 35/8 belt?
Yes. We miss you, Anthony. Prodigy.
I love just Punk, casually walking down the hallway. These two guys being torn apart, it's cool.
Anybody like the dynamic of Jake Roberts and Lance Archer? Yes, I love it.
Absolutely, yeah.
They work so well together.
Yeah, great. I love the Jake thing of I've been told to apologise.
Yeah.
I'm not apologising until she gets on my knees and kisses my backside. Great.
Well, what? You've been told to apologise. Who's been told to apologise?
Oh, that was Jake Roberts on AEW last week.
Oh, right.
After his weird interaction with Brandy Rhodes that made everyone feel uncomfortable. Well, it looks like we're at our main event, guys. This is Edge versus CM Punk in a non-title match.
Glee and spit rhymes. DJ
Edge
Glee.
was really good. I hope they can do something with Edge soon.
What do you mean now? They're still doing something with him now.
Well, they
He's got-
are. They have Edge and Orton, but I thought we were done with that.
And that's one of the issues.
Like, just going back on it, it just seems weird, because he got the win at WrestleMania, so why do we need to go back and have an actual wrestling match between Edge
Do you know what I loved about that, Maven? It was like,
It's gonna be
I want to beat you
greatest.
in a wrestling match, and he was like,
Not a wrestling match.
not a wrestling match? Are you kidding?
But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because why do we need to go back on that,
Edge and Orton is getting old. Yes, definitely. They need to do something different with that.
Dom's typing.
Yep.
Edge versus Orton. Is this 2010 again?
Not too far off.
I don't mind Edge versus Orton having a proper wrestling match, but it's just like, let's just do it. Let's not have a big thing of that. Let's just. I think they needed a proper match after that atrocious WrestleMania thing that they'd have.
Well, I think if they wanted to lead to a wrestling match, I think they should have had both of them move away from each other and go fight like somebody else.
Yeah, maybe.
And then maybe lead back into the Edge Orton thing some way, somehow. But this whole idea of what they've done with it, with Orton leaving Edge laying, and then Edge leaving Orton laying, and now we're going to have a wrestling match? Like, what?
CM Punk's kicks are great.
Taker's getting old.
So did CM Punk win the briefcase twice in a row?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You said something about Taker. I saw the other day that apparently last year he signed a 15-year deal with WWE.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So.
I'll tell you what, for WWE.
Yeah, 15 more years.
It makes sense.
They're actually going to pull him out of the grave to do his last show.
Just lock him up. You know, last year he was looking at. He announced that he was going to Starcast to do an interview with Conrad, and the WWE were like, "No, you can't do that. You're ruining the character. You just can't do that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so locking him under a long contract just makes sense.
Yeah. Anthony says they should make Orton completely destroy Edge, then Kofi comes to save Edge. I don't like the whole Edge Orton thing.
But like,
right
where
now.
does I don't know.
I think Christian's going to come back at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's searching. He's one of those people that got, like Edge, I think he had an injury that was supposed to be career-ending, but I think he's maybe, like Brian and Edge, got second opinions. I think I heard he was training for an in-ring return.
I could see that happening.
Just one or two matches, maybe in NXT, something like that. I know he's spoken.
It'll be a match against Edge, surely.
I don't know.
With Edge.
Yeah, it'll be something with Edge, yeah.
And that was it. Did you see that spear, by the way? With CM Punk like draped over the turnbuckle and Edge spearing the back of CM Punk.
Yeah.
That was great.
Ow. Clonk your head on the floor. That probably hurt a little bit.
Look, Elijah, if Taker wants to do more Boneyard matches, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think the Boneyard match is the way forward. I think they're going to go with that as like the new casket match for him.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
See, the odd thing is, with everything that, you know, obviously not all the episodes for Undertaker's Last Ride series on the network, they're not all out yet. More on that episode. Or episode 2, I think, airs tomorrow. I could be wrong, though. But the way that they have kind of made it sound, and looking at, like, all the promos for everything, it sounds like the Boneyard match was going to be, like, his last match, you know? Like, that's the way they're making it sound. So, I don't know.
Maybe that was the plan, but because it went down so well.
Maybe they'll have him do a couple more.
Well, I think you could do Sting and Undertaker in a match like that, definitely.
Yeah.
Owens versus Christian in a ladder match from Elijah. That'd be interesting, yeah.
Owens, Kevin Owens, yeah, that'd be great. I don't know if you want to turn Owens face heel again, though. I feel like he should be the face of the brand, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. Yes, yeah, Elijah's right. I think Sting's going to AEW very soon.
He's left WWE. We talked about it a little bit in our news video that we did yesterday about Sting leaving, but WWE wanting to get him back. So if he was to sign a year contract with AEW, then after that year, WWE might want him to get him back, and Sting can use that as negotiating power to get a match against Undertaker that is what he wanted, you know?
Yeah.
If he goes away and says, look, I'll only sign with you if I get this Undertaker match. If not, I'm not signing anything.
Yeah.
I will end my career on this Undertaker match. Just give me what I need. You know? If not, he could just stay in AEW if he's enjoying it. In whatever capacity he's doing that in. It's up to him.
Like you said, if they wanted to do Sting and Undertaker in like the Boneyard match type of a style, it's like he doesn't even have to do much. You know, they don't need to be worried about him taking so many bumps and all of this, you know, whatever, and they're worried about his neck or his spine or whatever the case may be. Like, he doesn't even have to do anything.
AEW better be careful. LOL, this is going to turn into TNA. Be careful, AEW.
Yeah.
The thing is I think if you book it and you do everything, you know, you make storylines interesting, I think you can create something without having to be TNA.
But TNA were exceptional back in the day, man. They had great stories in the beginning when they had their money and they were bringing in guys like Raven, and of course CM Punk was there. You know, there was a lot of really good storytelling in the beginning, and it was very exciting. You know, R-Truth was a champion in TNA. It was respectable. It was good. You know, there was a lot of really good, exciting stuff that people didn't expect from WWE, but they were getting in TNA. And for a while, it looked like a valid bit of competition. They bought Hogan in and Sting, and it was good. But then it basically what do they call it? Jumped the shark. It sort of blew its budget on all these big stars, and then kind of got lost in the shuffle. So I think there's very real possibility of it becoming like TNA.
I think that's part of the problem that happened with WCW is they went with a lot of big stars and weren't building, a lot of other undercard characters and bringing them up, and it kind of got stale, and so it ran into problems there. Kind of some of the issues WWE's having now is they don't build anybody else up. It's a lot of the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
That was a real nice GTS into the Boston Crab, by the way. That was really cool.
Anthony says, what about Otis?
I thought they did quite a good job with him on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So far. This sort of seems to be taking him more away from that joke character and actually something that...
I'm very intrigued to see who he actually cashes in on. Because, they're talking about him and Braun. But I feel like, he could pull something where it is Otis. And they can always do something else with, they can do anything. And so I'm curious to see who he's going to actually cash in on in the end.
I think he'll be cashing in on Baron.
Oh, they won.
Oh, Punk won the match.
But he hasn't won the heavyweight championship.
No, he does. He can cash in
because he hasn't cashed in yet.
Yeah.
Well, this is quite appropriate actually, with Money in the Bank being aired last week with Otis winning. Has AEW signed Dixie Carter? I didn't know that.
Are they actually? Or are they going to sign him?
I don't know. It might be Elijah making a really cruel joke.
I'm going to check.
It's probably just Elijah making a cruel joke.
I mean, I like it. I think it's a wicked joke.
Oh.
There he is, Justin Roberts, is that?
Yep. Oh, shoot!
Oh, she is currently still filming. She's filming the odd segment with WWE. So her last employment was with WWE.
Oh, Right, wow. Was that one of the documentaries, probably?
Some documentary stuff and some segments as well.
Oh, and CM Punk's cash-in has been ruined by Umaga.
Did you know that she is the genetic cousin of Declan Donnelly, which is Anton Deck?
No, I didn't at all.
Yes, yeah, Dixie Carter is the cousin of Deck. I mean, that's Wikipedia, but, like, apparently she said that. Oh yeah, she's appeared in their documentary, so it is true. She appeared in their DNA documentary, so they are actually related. How weird is that?
Wow. So he's actually cashed in. He's been beat up by Umaga. Jeff Hardy's coming in to even the score. Twist of fate to Edge. Nice. But why would Jeff Hardy want to do that?
Yeah.
Why are they playing the music?
Is that it?
So that's it. There is no cash in.
Yep.
Cash in got ruined.
No, it's got to be. He hadn't lost any match yet.
Well, they said that the bell had never been
The bell did
rung.
not ring for the match to start, so
Ah.
that was good.
But CM Punk
LOL.
beat the championship. It was a great match as well. It's a great card in general, really, wasn't it? Umaga come out of nowhere.
For some reason, attacked Punk. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Edge was like, hey, can you be my insurance policy? Can you attack him so I don't, lose? I mean, maybe just possibly if you could do that.
Nice ending that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely. A great tease of the cash-in. So did CM Punk successfully cash in that one?
No.
No, but when did he, with that briefcase, did he successfully cash in?
Yeah, I think he might have done. Let me check.
Who was it? I wonder who that was against. Because he successfully cashed in first time, didn't he?
Yeah. He beat Edge.
Edge, yes. First time. Oh, was it a Judgment Day, that one? Who knows? Dom's deal.
Dom's looking it up.
He's all good.
He's on top of it.
So yeah, he cashed in against Edge. Yeah, did it again.
What, he cashed in against Edge both times?
Hang on a sec. Just clarifying. Yeah, so 2008, 2009, CM Punk takes advantage of a tired Jeff Hardy to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and become World Heavyweight Champion at Extreme Rules, 2009.
So I'm assuming Jeff Hardy beat Edge at Judgment Day. But what a great episode of SmackDown that was as well.
Yeah.
Like a real story going throughout it.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. I mean, they kept it going throughout it without, again, like I said, without having a lot of physical confrontation. There was stories going throughout the whole show and, culminating in the end there and then going to lead to something else down the road.
Yeah.
As opposed to separate segments with separate writers who are writing in different ways and different styles, and it's all overseen by one man who's just a bit clueless these days.
Yep.
Elijah, Dom, did anyone tell you can play Johnny Depp's son in the Pirates of the Caribbean, but the very ugly version of Johnny Depp's son?
Well, he didn't actually say that, Anthony, and I take that as a massive compliment. I'm reading the comments now, so thank you very much, Elijah. I appreciate it.
Says that was good. I think that was great. I really enjoyed watching that. Did you guys enjoy watching that?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Elijah Washington said, "Lol." Cesaro and Jake Hager, We the People returns. Imagine, no, let's never have that ever again.
Oh man, as you go quickly, Elijah said Darby Allin versus Sting, with Sting passing the torch to Darby. That's good.
Perfect.
From an AEW perspective, yeah, absolutely.
But
Some
wonderful
good comments.
I think Sting would do it, but would he do it right away, or would they like have something like Sting
No.
comes in and kind of build it up to that point?
And would Darby reject that? Because I remember an interview with him saying that he knew that WWE, because he had an opportunity, of course, to go to WWE and was considering it. But he said that they would turn him into a boiler room dwelling freak, of course, sort of reflecting on Mankind, and that he was worried about sort of being this kind of pigeonholed as this kind of overly goth character. So maybe he wouldn't go for the Sting match because it's too predictable or whatever. I don't know.
I think for him to be put to retire Sting is a massive deal. Massive deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what an honour that would be for someone like Darby Allin, surely.
Well, the thing about it is, I think that would kind of get him, not that he needs it, but I think that would get him over more with people that don't necessarily see him as being a top card guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
His name would be, if that was Sting's last match, his name would be, that would be his legacy made.
Yeah.
He could always rely on that. He could go to WWE and be the guy that retired Sting, and it would still be a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'd quite like to do something like that with you guys at some point on the channel. I've been doing these sort of fantasy booking matches. And I did the last one, I think it was Darby and Mankind. And I think it'd be really interesting to have a kind of debate with you guys, with maybe doing like Darby versus Sting and booking between us with one of, with maybe me and Anthony representing Sting and you guys representing Darby. Just an idea, by the way, and talking about how that feud might go down, something like that, like a fantasy booking thing.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that. Thank you so much for everyone that's in chat. You guys rock. There's like eight people watching with us most of the time. That's been really cool. I'm sure there'll be more people that we found a lot of people watch this afterwards as well and just watch.
Yeah, man. Which is really cool. Whatever, we're here to sort of watch wrestling and be somewhat entertaining. So it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
To have even 8 people. It's cool.
And what do we think about the SmackDown? Was that better than last ones that we watched, the Raw one?
I think so. Yeah, I much prefer that.
Yeah,
I like the SmackDown. I think just like the flow of the show, it just all kind of it moved along pretty quickly, and everything was cohesive and made sense, and from start to finish, it was all good, and it was enjoyable.
I would agree.
So,
Mr. G, this was a period of wrestling you weren't watching.
No, this was kind of during that time that I wasn't doing a whole lot of watching of wrestling, and I have watched like some of these. I went back and watched some of the SmackDown and some of the Raws and some of that stuff that during this time and so I have seen some of these, but I haven't seen like a bunch like this one. I hadn't seen. I didn't watch, and then I didn't watch it before to see what it was about or anything like that. So, but I thought this went pretty smooth with what they did and how they did it.
Yeah, good storytelling, I think, all around.
Yeah.
I mean, you've not seen it, but every wrestler is wrestling these days, or in some capacity, or
every wrestler is wrestling.
Just apart from Umaga, who's dead.
Yeah.
with our respects, of course.
With deepest sympathy, yeah. Minnie Ann, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Like I said, start to finish, it was all smooth and it made sense, and it was cool. So.
Yeah.
Very good. Dom, what do you think?
Yeah, big fan. It was great to see CM Punk again in the ring. Obviously, been a long time since I've seen that, so it was nice to go back. Great to see MVP in such a prominent position, and also Shelton Benjamin, reminding that you can build a legacy, that doesn't have to, it's a shame that Shelton Benjamin still doesn't have that sort of prominence in WWE today, but I still think he's an incredible performer, and this has reminded me why. The same thing with Morrison, I'm still a big fan of Morrison, and this again reminds me why. So it's lovely actually to go back to see what these guys are doing and how that compares to how they are now.
What was your favourite match of the card?
For me, I'd say Punk and Edge was great.
I like the Fatal 4-Way, and I hate Fatal 4-Ways.
Yeah, that was good too.
So did I.
I hate Fatal 4-Ways now. It's just like... But I thought that was a good match.
I like the Fatal 4-Way.
But I think there was a story told there. It wasn't just... there's kind of an underlying story that was happening in there that while that was going on. It wasn't just, okay, these 4 guys are going to be thrown together and... That's it.
It helps
they are.
that
Just throw them together and we're going to go from there.
It helps that it was like for something, like the winner gets a shot at the title at the pay-per-view, and it helps when you have kind of stakes in a match, because if you don't, 90% of the time, nobody cares. And that really,
a reason.
That, I think, is really why nowadays that certain things just don't matter, is they throw together these random matches, and nobody cares. Nobody's given a reason to care, and nobody's gonna care because it's not worth anything. There's nothing there, and so you need to have the good storytelling, as obviously the huge main thing that WWE is lacking nowadays. But it helps when you have stakes in a match and something to actually care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. I really like the main event. I thought it was great, Punk and Edge. I like the spear, the backward spear. I think that's something that doing a clothesline, but doing it to the back of the head, doing it to the side of the head. That sort of stuff I find really interesting, because it subverts the obvious. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dom's typing. What's he typing? I mean, you realise that you don't have to type. You are on stream.
We've got
you
a
can
brawl
just talk to
in the
people.
comments between Anthony and Elijah.
I like to be all encompassing. I like to engage on the stream.
You are all encompassing. Trust me. What's
a compliment, man.
Anthony, I know it is. Is Anthony and Elijah having a brawl?
Yeah, they're talking about having a match, and Elijah's like, no chance.
Just get like
With
an
us doing
emoji
commentary.
wave going. Oh, we don't do commentary. I mean, you guys can do commentary. Gimme a Hull Yeah, lol.
I mean, I'd be down for that. I'd do it. I'd join up.
I'll
be like the British guy, and I'll be the British guy in the middle.
You'd be Bad News Barrett.
I would be. I've got some bad news.
Very good. No, I enjoyed that. It's so.
We've got a whole. They're like booking this match for themselves. As the comments go down. Like Elijah's countered Anthony just now into a twist of hate. A
twist of hate as well, not just a twist of fate.
Wow, Anthony's going to be Anthony's manager. Wow, this is good. Wow, this is like a feud.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, this is what you watch Wrestle Story for feuds in the chat.
Yeah, definitely.
How many wrestlers do
Cool
we have
Cactus
in the background?
asks us on Twitch, how many wrestlers do you have in the background?
I have no idea.
Probably...
A lot.
Yeah. Maybe
Enough.
60.
Hey, Anthony, Dom, how many wrestlers do you have behind you?
Well, I'm in my kitchen right now, so I mean, I've probably got some tea somewhere. I mean, that's what we do here. Is I just drink a lot of tea. I'm British, of course.
Nah, me too.
You have a wall. The
I have a cup of tea, mate. A cup of tea. I've got a wall. I've got no wrestlers. I've got some wrestlers in the room. I've got a few that Dom buys me. Dom buys me the worst wrestling figures. Like every year, I'm like, what's Dom subjecting me to that he wants to buy for himself again this year? And last year he got me a Dolph Ziggler action figure.
Yeah, because Dolph's the best. Because he's the best.
So again, pushing and last time I don't have these pop vinyl Funko things. I don't really get them. But I now have a Fiend pop vinyl
We have
Funko
one
thing.
too.
We got one too.
It's an exclusive. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I mean, I was gonna say, dude, like, I can just, thanks for all the gifts. You're like, yeah, screw you, Dom.
Dom, in fairness, you did get me a Dolph Ziggler action figure. Did you at any point think I was going to enjoy that?
Well, yeah, because it's a part of our podcast that I mention Dolph in some way in every episode.
Yeah, absolutely, and it annoys me that you annoyed Dolph.
I know, and it's part of my love and respect for you as a podcast partner, as a fellow wrestling historian, that I do that.
We got a Dolph Ziggler too, so It's...
Yeah.
Well, I suggest you super kick that Dolph out the window. Anthony, don't let them talk to you. Dom is a wrestler. Dom's a wrestler.
Wow, there's like a whole feud brewing here, guys. Like Anthony's cut. Like, Elijah, I'm coming for you. Wow, fighting words, guys.
Is Mrs. G still in the chat?
I don't think she's around right now.
I think Mrs. G needs to calm us all down and tell us to drink more water. Elijah's impersonating Booker T. I know you didn't just say that. Nice. I like it.
Oh my goodness.
Maven, take us out, baby.
All right, I think we're done here.
Thanks very much for watching.
Good job. That was...
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, man. We enjoyed this. Thanks to Gimme A Hull Yeah for coming in. And this
Words,
is awesome.
folks, words. Do you know how to speak? No.
Whoa! Don't be so mean.
My outro is better. All right, folks.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
All right, hey.
9.5. Thanks, Elijah.
Till next time, we'll see you guys. Looking for WCW with our next show.
When is next time? WCW, Paul on Twitter. Next week, we're going to have a prediction video on our channel. I'm demanding that one. So we are going to have all them next week for you. So keep an eye out on Twitter.
Mrs. Glean is here. She's in Twitch right now, so she is out.
Thank you, Mrs. G, for being the best sound engineer we have.
Yeah.
She threw up 3 hearts, so...
Yeah, so we're gonna do a prediction show next week, so that means more punishments. Yeehaw!
Yeah, get us that video, guys. What's going on?
It's been real rainy, and so
here, and
it's like
what Mrs. G
we have an idea. We have an idea, and it can't be raining.
Hey, ho, ho. All I'm hearing is excuses here, yo.
It will happen. We are getting there. It needs to not be rainy. Just yell at the clouds.
Yeah, yell at the clouds.
Okay.
Well, we look forward to it because we're going to do a reaction to it as well when you get us it. I can't wait to watch that. And predictions next week are going to be rough. So make sure you think about who's going to win Double or Nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So wait, quick question: do we want to do it individually or as teams again?
Oh, it's up to you, Maven. Hey, I don't mind everyone doing the cinnamon challenge. That's fine by me.
Like a fatal 4-way.
I would very much so like to be on my own for this next one.
Oh, gee, dude, you just got dropped.
We lost money in the bank, so I have lost all.
I think you should give Mr. G another chance.
I don't think I should. I think
Hang on, wait,
I'll do it on the next one. The next WWE pay-per-view we have, we'll do.
Elijah wants us to be a tag team.
I believe that I was the one that said something about Otis possibly winning.
Tamina is the reason we lost.
Well, yeah, you said Tamina. That was daft.
Tamina.
Okay.
But in fairness, Dom also said Tamina, and I just let's change it. Let's go.
Yeah, but that's because we're a good team.
Yes, because you were eventually listening to me and realised that I'm right.
And you swapped for me as well.
Yes, I did. But if you'd swapped New Day instead of Lost Sons, we would have been 2-0 won instead of 1-0. But it's fine, we won. I'm not bothered.
All right, we won.
we won, and so next time we're going to win again. Or we can do singles. I'm fine. I don't mind being like baby.
I quite like being a team, but like I also hate your ego.
I don't even want you. I don't even want you.
Okay. This is your problem. You have a massive ego, and this is your downfall. All right, fine.
This relationship, right? You're got it wrong. However, Mr. G was the person that got it most right because he said, "Oh, you got nothing right."
Well, maybe Mr. G's gonna win then. Maybe we should all be looking at Mr. G and stop. Yeah, maybe Mr. G's gonna win. So let's do it then. Fatal 4-way.
All right, fatal 4-way. Individuals.
Okay, there we go.
Individuals.
That was aggressive. I like it.
That's what happens when you come to the Wrestle Story.
Yes. Yeah, you come
A
to
little bit of a little bit of the ruthless aggression gets passed on to everybody else.
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alright, so fatal 4-way. Nice.
Oh, how about this, right? You and Mr. G are having some big bro fest, like, oh yeah, we was right, we was the ones that were wrong. Me and Maven are like, let's go against each other. How about we split this up a bit? Me and Mini M will team up. You and Mr. G will team up, and we'll see who.
All right.
Oh,
that sounds good.
This is another brilliant idea.
That sounds good.
How about that?
Yeah. All right. So Mr. G, right? I'll connect up with you on Twitter, and we'll coordinate. All right.
That works.
All right. Sweet. All right. We're on it. Cool.
M, send me a message because I don't know how to do that sort of thing. I'm like Mr. G's age, and I'm just like, technology, go away.
Nice. Elijah says we need a new intro. Elijah, do us an intro, man. I would be dead keen for that. If you want to get us an intro, that's cool. We've also had some cool tag teams. Anthony Squared. So Anthony Martinez wants to team with Anthony. So that'll be interesting for future predictions. Let's get this tag team.
I like Dom and Mr. G. What is your tag team called?
Ooh,
that's a good question.
The dominant gleans, or the dominant glean. I don't know. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
I like the way that you've got my name in there in the middle because it's Dom Ant Glean. Just saying. I'm always happy to be here.
Mini M, think of a name for us. It's going to be real cool, guys. It's going to be really hip as well because I've got youth on my side.
Yes.
Hey man, we're the golden oldies, man. Don't knock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The golden oldies are going to be eating golden dust in the
brains. The brains of the operation.
I can't wait, guys. I can't wait.
This is going to be great.
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
We will be back Monday with our show after Raw, and then be looking out next week for our prediction show. And it's me and Dom against Ant and Maven.
Yeah. Exciting. And thank you so much for the Wrestle Story for having us. We've got some more interviews coming up on our channel, so check that out. And it's a pleasure to be here. And I look forward to being back and kicking kicking Anthony and Maven's bottoms.
That's right.
Yeah. It's on now. It's on now.
Right.
It is on now.
Talk your talk.
It's on now. You guys underestimate us. You guys have got all the talk and the ego. You're underestimating us.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Yep. With that, we're going to take off, and we will see you guys. We'll see you
soon.
guys Monday. When are you guys putting up another show on your channel? Do you know?
You've got one tomorrow, Dom.
Well, we've got some interviews coming up. Yeah, we've got an interview with. We'll put it on here. Botchamania, an old friend of mine, Matthew, who I went to uni with. We caught up after a long time, and obviously he does Botchamania. So we're doing that.
You guys just got an exclusive.
So we're putting that. On the channel tomorrow. And there'll be more stuff. There's actually some really good stuff coming up next week as well. So yeah, keep an eye on Gimme A Hull Yeah for that. Subscribe and all that.
Yes, make sure you subscribe to Gimme A Hull Yeah. Follow them on Twitter, and you can stay up on when they're posting videos or they are live or anytime that you want to.
Yeah, anytime you choose.
Yes. All right. With that, we're gonna take off. We will see you guys on the next show. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, guys.
Great, no sound.